Does a light suddenly turn on in your mind? If colostrum is packed with all of a cow's transfer factors, and we could discover a way to remove them and put them in a capsule and consume them on a daily basis, do you see what this could mean? It means we could transfer that ability to recognize disease-causing germs into our bodies, just as the mother transfers that ability into her newborn. It means we could extend the same benefits that the newborn receives into our childhood and into our adulthood and throughout our advanced years and throughout our entire lives. Cows come into contact with every known germ because they have terrible, unsanitary habits. They muck around in a germ-filled world, full of viruses and bacteria, full of fungal organisms, full of parasites, and they survive because they have heroic immune systems. Let's use just one germ as an example. A cow comes into contact with a virus. Its immune system defeats that virus, and the cow produces a transfer factor specific for that virus. It moves that transfer factor into its colostrum for the protection, for the education of its newborn. We take some of that colostrum and filter it through a patented filtration process and remove that transfer factor, and we put it in a capsule and we consume it. Now we have protection. We have the ability to resist disease from that virus because we have early recognition and we win the numbers game. What you just saw, this transfer of immune system recognition, is now possible for hundreds of disease-causing germs. We can fortify our immune system with hundreds of recognition codes of bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungal organisms. And it's the safe, natural way to strengthen our immune system. Because even if you have a milk allergy, you can take transfer factor because the lactose and other milk ingredients have been removed by the patented filtration process. Transfer factor has other properties which are as equally important as its ability to recognize germs and to give us early recognition so we can win the numbers game. Transfer factors are also present which can stimulate the immune system if it's an underachieving system, and these are called inducer transfer factors. And there are suppressor transfer factors which tone down an overachieving immune system, an important quality which can help in correcting the autoimmune diseases and the hypersensitivities such as allergies. Transfer factor is truly nature's miracle molecule. We call transfer factor the gift for life because it can be, literally. It can give our immune system intelligence, and our immune system can be the difference in health and illness, in survival in an ever-increasingly hostile world filled with disease. And what about the plus in transfer factor plus? Transfer factor provides the intelligence our immune system needs in order to protect us. And the plus is the added ingredients that provide the strength to implement that intelligence. There are different cells within our immune systems that all have a purpose in our defense. One of these cells is called a macrophage. Now don't let that name intimidate you. Macro simply means big, and phage means to eat. So a macrophage is a big eater. Macrophages are scavengers. They look for old and injured cells and they remove them. They attach themselves to germs and they literally eat them, and they initiate the entire immune response. There's another cell type called cytotoxic T cells. Cytotoxic T cells are cancer fighters. They remove infected cells and they constantly patrol for abnormal cells which can turn into malignancies, and they remove them. Natural killer cells do the same thing. They're called NK cells. They're especially active in removing cancerous cells or any cells in our bodies which look abnormal. Cytotoxic and natural killer. They just sound tough and strong, don't they? And then there are lymphocytes, which are specialized cells for fighting infection, for fighting viruses and bacteria, parasites and fungal organisms. They're the type of cells that the transfer factors influence by stimulating or suppressing their function, and by teaching them exactly what they're looking for so that these lymphocytes can produce antibodies which kill germs. The beta-glucans and acemannins stimulate the production of macrophages. And the beta-glucans also stimulate the production of cytotoxic T cells. Cordyceps and IP6 stimulate the production and activity of NK cells, those natural killer cells, which are so important in fighting cancer. The thymic proteins have the ability to stimulate lymphocytes, to train them to be more active so that they can turn into viral and bacterial fighters and to seek out fungal and parasitic organisms. All of this has been researched. All of this information has been documented in numerous scientific journals and books published in countries all over the world. Transfer Factor Plus is truly the ultimate immune system product. It promotes our immune system's natural defense against disease by providing the intelligence for recognition of disease-causing germs. It stimulates cells that are documented by research as being important in removing abnormal cells which can develop into malignancies. It has the ability to stimulate an underachieving immune system and to tone down an immune system which is overactive and can cause autoimmune diseases and allergies. This is why we call Transfer Factor Plus the gift for life, and it's now available. So please contact the person who gave you this video and learn about how you can get involved with the company that has made Transfer Factor Plus available. It truly could be and will be the most important and rewarding decision you'll ever make. Thanks. In the winter 1999 edition of the Journal of the American Nutraceutical Association, a landmark study was published which was the compilation of test results on 196 products involving over 400 ingredients. This study took over 7 years and thousands of hours to complete. The study was designed to determine which nutraceutical products had positive influences on our body's immune system's ability to protect us, and to establish if any toxicity or harmful effects resulted from the use of any of these products. The first test was to determine which products had the ability to increase the function of natural killer cells. Natural killer cells are those immune system cells which are lethal lymphocytes. They target tumor cells and protect against a wide variety of infectious microbes. The test involved taking natural killer cells from donors and mixing them with live cancer cells called K562 cells to determine the killing ability of natural killer cells on those live cancer cells, and then to add the nutritional supplement to the natural killer cells live cancer cell mixture, and to determine the increase in killing ability that the nutritional supplement was able to contribute. Of the 196 products tested, 46 had positive influence on natural killer function, and these 46 ranged from a 10% increase in natural killer function to 48.6%. Transfer Factor Plus wasn't available at the time of the publication of this study because it wasn't introduced until the summer of 1999. Using the same exact procedures by the same lab used in the testing of the 196 products, the following results were obtained. Transfer Factor Plus increased natural killer cell function by 248%, over 5 times greater than any product ever tested. This prompted a letter from the director of the laboratory which stated, Transfer Factor Plus induced immune-based lysis of K562 cells at a level unprecedented in the director's experience or in the known medical literature. Since NK function is so crucial in killing cancer cells, these products are ideal candidates for cancer adjuvant therapy. In addition, NK cells form a first line of defense against infections from viruses and certain other microorganisms. Killing assays against K562 cells have also been correlated with increased activity against chronic and acute infections as well. Transfer Factor Plus was tested for antiviral effect and achieved a level of antiviral activity which was characterized by the laboratory director as having significant major antiviral activity. Of the 196 products tested, only 32 products had any antiviral activity at all. In regard to toxicity or potentially harmful effects from any of the 196 products tested, 97 or 49.9% of the products tested were toxic, meaning simply that their safety and dosages recommended by the manufacturer
couldn't be established. Transfer Factor Plus in concentrations hundreds of times greater than a recommended dosage produced absolutely no toxic effect. Transfer Factor Plus is truly the gift for life, now proven by independent laboratory analysis to be the ultimate, unquestioned immune system product ever introduced. We invite you once again to get back to the person who gave you this video and learn how you can help us tell the Transfer Factor Plus story.